What's the other one? What's the other title that you thought was Abomination that was a remake?
Well, and I know I'm going to get crucified by the downloadable content fanboys, but I really think they did a bad job with Turtles in Time Reshelled.
Yeah.
I mean, Ubisoft, nice try, good going, we'll see you later.
So your first flaw was that you aren't Konami. I'm sorry, you failed.
And second of all, there's like a whole nother legal issue. Like, Ubisoft has the license to make the TMNT games, but Konami has claimed ownership with kind of Ultra Games. I don't know what that situation is. With the original arcade game, the Manhattan Project, and Turtles in Time. So, I guess if their lawyers are fighting on both sides...
Well, why are they trying to claim a game license and bitch about this whole battle if the games that Konami made have already been made long ago? You know?
Well, I think it's just like with Marvel Capcom 2. It's just like Capcom lost the license to the Marvel license right as that game was released, and it caused an uproar. And, you know, a lot of legal mumbo-jumbo going on.
Yes, but that game was an awesome game.
Yes.
Everyone knows it.
Fuck you and your Juggernaut bitch combo.
Hey. Juggernaut don't talk like that.
Okay. But I'm getting off track here. I apologize, but...
Don't you know the fuck I am? I'm the Juggernaut! Anyway.
I will slap you. I will slap you. Continue.
Okay. First of all, you know, I don't know how much of an issue this would have been on people, but they used the arcade version as the backdrop to it, which, you know, some people will say that they like the arcade version, and that's fine, but a lot of people love and remember the Super NES version. Mm-hmm. And, you know, and plus you're going to have the out-of-place bosses, the missing levels.
There's a lot of people that don't even know that there was an arcade version for Turtles in Time.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought that it was just an SNES game.
I mean, if you were to go to a Pizza Hut in 1993, which it was still there, I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't take it out. It was still there. I mean, you would see it there plain as day. And, you know, it was a good game. I mean, it had, up until you get banished from the sewer and sewer surfing level. And then when you play it at home, you don't get banished from the sewer. You get banished from a Technodrome level, which is not in the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought would have been
the Technodrome until the end of the game.
Yeah, and then you don't even fight Super Shredder. You fight regular Shredder, which is still about as disappointing as ever, especially the ending. Well, that's kind of funny because Shredder and Super Shredder are very easy. About the hardest person to fight in that game is Slash.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of turning into a game review, so I got to stop. Basically, they gave the 2.5D facelift to it.
Well, the thing I didn't like about the game was when you actually scroll up and down, you are actually facing up and down.
Yeah.
Where the original one, you're still facing either left or right. You don't have all four directions, which is a mistake.
Any old beat-em-up game.
Yes. They try to give it too much of a 3D facelift that it...
And that's kind of the point where 3D isn't always great. Mm-hmm. 3D has its flaws, admit it, people. 3D has its flaws.
Yes, it does.
So does 2D. But some things are better left in 2 dimensions.
I'll tell you what, I'm excited for Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but like Street Fighter 4, I would much rather prefer a 2D fighter over something that's 2.5D.
Oh, that
agreed.
Didn't...
And I can prove to you that a 2D fighter still is good. All you have to do is just go to a GameStop or go to whatever game store and go and purchase either Guilty Gear or BlazBlue, and you will still see that 2D fighters still exist and are still going strong.
But back onto the whole being abominations. Now this one right here, a lot of people agree with, and I know there's probably some fans of it, and it has some good aspects, but Sonic the Hedgehog 2006.
Well, to be honest, the Sonic series, after Sonic Adventure, has gone seriously downhill.
But Sonic Adventure 2 wasn't too bad.
Sonic Adventure 2 only slipped down a little bit. It was still a good game. I enjoyed it, but you could definitely see that the thunder was kind of starting to die down.
And Sonic's speed just wasn't as fast.
It wasn't meant for 3D.
In my opinion, the only good Sonic games that are still out there that are actually new are the ones on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
And the Sonic Chronicles game, which I heard was pretty much Sonic's version to Mario RPG, which I think is still one of the best RPGs I've ever played.
Well, anyways, back to Sonic 06. It could have been a good game if they stopped. One main thing I have a problem with Sonic games, and Sonic 06 is a definite culprit of this. Introducing more fucking characters. Silver the Hedgehog, what the fuck? It's like, oh, another hedgehog that can control time and space.
They had that hedgehog in, what was it, Sonic Rush for the PSP?
I don't believe so. Silver was a new character.
No.
It's like, how the hell?
I'll admit, that's probably one of the drawbacks to the Sonic franchise is they have too many auxiliary characters. And, you know, if I could do a shameless plug, I hate to do this on your program, but go watch Game Over Thinker Volume 21 and 22, I believe, where he talks about Sonic the Hedgehog.
But back to 06. Now, even if including new characters, that could have been okay if executed properly. The biggest problem was the fucking loading screens. I played it for the 360. For fuck's sake! How many loading screens can you have just to talk to one person? It takes forever to load up the area where everyone is. You go to talk to a person. A loading screen, like 30 seconds for a loading screen for just a shot of that person's face with a text box. No speech, nothing whatsoever. Just a simple text box with that person's face. Then it goes back to another loading screen, which takes you to the actual mission. And once the mission is over, take you to another loading screen to load back to the place where you began.
Well, that just goes with simple programming flaws. A lot of new games these days, since there's more data involved, there's going to be more load time. I remember back when. Here's the thing: either there's a lot of loading within the game, or it takes forever to save.
But here's the thing: Sonic Unleashed, it didn't have as much loading times, not even close. But the thing is, why does it take 30 fucking seconds to load up just a simple shot of a human character's face, just a very little movement, no speech, and a text box?
You want to know why it takes 30 seconds to load? Because it's missing one thing.
What?
Blast processing.
Yeah.
Oh, Sega. But anyways.
Hey, Sega had some good processing power, and haven't seen it as well since. I don't care what anyone says. If Sega made a new system today, I think it would do well.